Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube? Wow. Wow. Welcome to NBA Finals Game 5 reaction live stream right here. Josh Carson, JC3. We just capped off a great finals. Competitive games, too. I mean, that game was down to the wire. Game 3 down to the wire. The first two weren't as much. Game 4 was a Cavs blowout, and tonight we get the Warriors taking it in 5 games, and the first team to win a championship on their home court since 2014. Spurs won in 5 games over the Miami Heat. And this man right here took home the Finals MVP. And I said there could be 3 possible storylines to this finals before this even started. Number 1, LeBron wins and he's in conversation, serious conversation for the GOAT. Number 2, Golden State wins, but KD is not a real contributor. It was evident throughout this finals that was not going to happen. They were not going to win unless he was a big-time contributor. And number 3, Kevin Durant, I said outplays LeBron. I think they pretty much played each other to a draw. Kevin Durant wins NBA Finals MVP. And now, as that Nike commercial, if you haven't seen that Nike commercial, you got to see it. Because at the end it says, debate this. You know, when a player wins a championship, man, whether you like that player or not, he has proven something to the world. And Kevin Durant, I even tweeted him. I don't expect him to see it, but I even tweeted him, you're an NBA champion. You're an NBA champion. LeBron James went through the same thing in Miami. A lot of people hating on him for his decision, make a super team, all that. They think it's weak, all that. But guess what? When you win that championship, your play does the talking, and it shuts everyone up. And that's what Golden State has done. Like them or not, they won it. I don't have a lot of statistical analysis. All I know is Kevin Durant for this series, 35.6 points per game on 56% field goal shooting and 47% three-point shooting. That is insane. Insane. I mean, oh my goodness. Now, for the rest of this, LeBron James was brilliant yet again, averaging a triple-double in the NBA Finals. Props to LeBron James. Played a great series. He's just that type of player. He kept competing to the end. And I don't want to hear the comparisons to Michael Jordan anymore, and that's not in a negative way. He's just not Jordan. Not in a negative way. He's just different than Jordan. His legacy is just going to look a lot different. Made it to more finals, lost finals, but at the same time carried 2 different teams to finals. He's the first player to average a triple-double in finals with 33.6, 12, and 10. He is an all-time great player. Definitely, I believe, top 5 all-time. So I got to give credit to where credit is due. LeBron James. Give credit to Kyrie Irving. I think his back was kind of hurting him at the end there. But regardless, tonight is for one team and one player. Kevin Durant, Finals MVP. Debate this. Debate this. Wow. Well, you know what? This team set out at the beginning of the season. It was championship or bust for this team. And that was it. If Kevin Durant and the Warriors lost all summer, hearing nothing but just bashing them. Like LeBron 2011, it would have been a whole lot worse. Because this team, I feel like that LeBron team was pretty hated. But this team, I mean, Twitter, full of people just going for Cleveland because they want an underdog. I get it. And I might be in the minority in the world specter in terms of rooting for this team because generally I would like to root for an underdog if I have no rooting interest, but I am a Warriors fan, and of course I'm glad that they won, and I'm coming to you live now a little bit later than I normally do because I wanted to, watch the ceremony after and all that. And it's just good for this guy, Kevin Durant, man. You know what? He made a decision for his life regardless of what anybody else told him to do. He made a decision to go to this team, and he knew that only one thing could satisfy his goal and shut people up, and it was this championship. there's still going to be some people getting on him for joining this team, and, well, it's not legitimate, and, well, why couldn't you have done this with OKC and all this? But, in the end, it doesn't really matter. What matters is, do you have a ring or you don't? Because that's what Dr. J said in the commercial, right? That finals commercial that's been airing, In the end, doesn't matter who you're playing with, who you're playing for. You either got a ring or you don't. And that's it, man. Kevin Durant. I mean, just think of those numbers, man. LeBron James with the triple-double. Great numbers, right? And I give it to him. But Kevin Durant playing on the winning team, playing on this team he was able to fit into this system so seamlessly. He has no ego. He's a player that likes to spread the ball around, swing the ball. He's a perfect, just like, you want to talk about egocentric? Now think of the exact opposite. He has no ego, no agenda, nothing. He just goes on that team, humble, lets his play do the talking, and in the end, 56% from the field. You know what's impressive is why I'm talking about this guy. Not only because his team won, and whoa, look at that mic. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Hopefully that sound wasn't crazy. I'm talking about this guy not only because his team won and because he won finals MVPs, because he was guarded by LeBron for most of the time. Well, Richard Jefferson tonight, and I was saying, you got to go at, I tweeted, Richard Jefferson cannot guard KD, get the ball to him every time. But anyway, for most of the time, Richard Jefferson or LeBron was on him. He scored the most points on LeBron out of anybody in the series, and he shot 56% against the best player in the world, hands down, LeBron James. I'm sorry, until LeBron James shows any signs of slowing down, he's the best. I don't want to hear about it being KD. KD, this series though, man, MVP. His team wouldn't have won without him. They would not have won without him. I saw a similar Cavs team as I saw in last year's Game 5 of the NBA Finals come out tonight, and it was looking scary a little bit for Golden State fans. It was looking really great for Cavs fans at the beginning there because they came out, they were pushing, they were aggressive. LeBron James gets the monster dunk, and then Iguodala gets that dunk, and they go on their run. Steph Curry had the quietest, I don't even know what he had tonight. Like I said, I didn't bring up the stats because this is just mere reaction. And I just want to keep it that way, right? We could break down until, we're blue in the face. But I just want a reaction here tonight, man. It's a good feeling for me. I know the Cavs fans, you know what? You should be proud of yourselves, though. I mean, you really should be. LeBron James is an all-time great player who competed. Kyrie Irving as well. I think you definitely need Paul George. If you're a Cleveland Cavs fan, you say, we need to get Paul George. We need to find a way to somehow hang on to Kevin Love, though. I don't know what happened to Kevin Love tonight. I don't know where he went. But, man, there's only one man that could have helped Golden State to a championship. This guy right here. Draymond Green said losing last year was tough, but if you get this guy as a consolation prize, heck, I'll take that all day. And I was saying that at the beginning of the season too, man. If they can possibly, it takes a lot of effort, but go one thing at a time and, string this thing together and get to multiple finals. I know, you know what? It's hard too. It's hard to do that. And I don't want to jump to conclusions because anything can happen in the NBA. And no championship is guaranteed. And you saw Golden State. They had to go earn this championship. This was nothing but an earned championship. You can make your excuses and what you will about 2015 and players being hurt on Cleveland, and that's valid. That's valid. People could do the same thing last year with Draymond suspended and Bogut hurt, and that's valid. But this championship, nobody was hurt. This was just an earned championship, and nothing is easy. Even with this stacked team, nothing is easy. They went 16-1, but to win an NBA Finals against one of the all-time great players in LeBron James, that is a tough thing to do, and this team earned every single step of it. They'll be talked about now for this season, this team, as one of the greatest teams of all time, and we'll see if they can string together a dynasty, one of the greatest dynasties of all time. That is yet to be seen. But off of my reaction, this was a classic hard-fought battle with all credit to Cleveland. Golden State came out, they earned themselves a title, and it was nice to see them do it in front of their home fans. Kevin Durant, NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP. Let his play do the talking all season long. Just think about for a minute the type of scrutiny, criticism this guy was under all season long. Just to be able to block that out, know your identity, right? Like, know who you are, know what you can do, and go out there and seal that deal, close that deal, get that job done, and perform like he did in the finals is remarkable. It really is. It really is. You like him or you don't. I saw that he was a sniper to the hearts of those against him, right? He was just a dagger. If you're rooting against him, he would just hit you with that dagger. He's a cheat code, easy money sniper. Pulling up, 7-footer pulling up from 3, man. Golly. Like, I was a shooter back in the day, but man, this guy's a 7-footer pulling up from 3. If he keeps his body healthy and everything, you're not going to be able to guard this guy. This guy's going to be one of the dominant players in the NBA for the next 5 years. Dominant. 5 years plus. Wow. LeBron James. Like I said, credit to him, but Durant this series came out and said, LeBron, I'm no longer your baby brother. I might have done a rap album with you back in 2011, but it's my turn to take this. And you saw the embrace between those after the game. That was a performance out of that guy. And how about Steph Curry, man? How about Steph Curry? Man, you can no longer say this guy disappears in NBA Finals. You can no longer make jokes about this guy disappearing or, oh, you're playing like Steph Curry in the Finals. Don't want to hear it anymore, man. Don't want to hear it. This guy had a couple triple-doubles, 30-point performances. Draymond Green didn't get suspended. Good job there. Brought the energy. Klay Thompson, man. Klay Thompson doesn't get enough credit. But he's okay with it because he says, hey, I got all these all-stars on my team, man. They need me playing this role. I'll play it. And see, that's what makes Golden State great. Ego less, able to put the team ahead of themselves, take less money. Well, that's to be seen. But Steph Curry, can we just talk about Steph Curry's $11 million contract? Without Steph Curry getting injured early in his career, none of this would ever happen. None of this would have ever happened. So everything happens for a reason. Must have been a dark time for him back then. But to see what it's come to now and giving his team the chance and opportunity to sign an all-time great player in Durant and, have Klay Thompson and oh my goodness, thank goodness they didn't trade Klay Thompson for Kevin Love years ago, right? And thank goodness they didn't trade Curry. They're going to trade Curry or Monte Ellis way back when. They traded Ellis. It's just really smart management from the top. Golden State with Bob Myers, and they really know what they're doing over there. They really know. They built this team through the draft, and man, 2 championships in 3 years, and they really should have had that one last year. Cleveland took it. I'll give it to them. They choked it away, but you know what? You got KD. You got KD, and you got a chance to win a lot more. That was, I would just say, even if you don't like him, enjoy watching great basketball, because that's what we saw here tonight. That's what we saw here. Klay Thompson, like I said, I want to finish my thought on him. I really want to check the chat. I haven't looked at the chat. I've just been mouthing off. But Klay Thompson, man, the ability to just be able to step out there. Okay, so I was playing in a rec league game the other night. Yeah, I had 18 points, right? But that's not with me playing lockdown defense. Like, I was legitimately kind of tired by the end of it. This guy's out here guarding Kyrie. Oh, you switched on to LeBron. Oh, you switched on to Kevin Love. He's out there guarding the top 3 players on the other team. And then he goes the other way and scores 16.2 points per game. That is so hard to do. Give Klay Thompson his respect. And just to be able to say, I will do this so we can win. It's incredible. It's incredible. That is an incredible thing to do. What Kevin Durant did was needed, but without Klay Thompson, you're not winning. You're not winning. All right, let me check this. Foundation, yeah, LeBron. I did. I gave that respect to LeBron. Man, like, if you want to have an all-time legacy conversation, like, people are already saying you can't hold this one against him. And I'm not going to be super critical of LeBron. I mean, he did what he could do. If you want to talk all-time legacy, though, you're always going to have to factor this in. Like, it was another finals loss, right? Regardless of how you feel about it, it was another finals loss. He goes to 3-5, which doesn't look particularly pretty. But you know, it is what it is. You can't really hold it against them for now. But in the end, in an all-time legacy discussion, it's another finals loss. So if you want to chalk him up against Jordan, we will have to talk about this. But, I mean, I'm getting tired of talking about that, to be honest. I'm tired of talking about him versus Jordan. They're two different players. One is a closer. The other prefers to dish. One's a better all-around player. One's a better all-around player. One's a pure scorer. One's got supreme killer instinct, trash talk. The other has got, you know, the body of a football player. They're just two different players. Michael Jordan, the best player from 1984 to 2003. LeBron James from 2003 to whenever he retires. So, hey man. Two different players. I'm tired of having that conversation. Just let them be great. They're the best player in their own era. Okay? But Michael, best of all time. Six out of 6 is really hard to compete with. Anyway. Only where I respect is KD because he's not full of himself at this point. I don't think a lot of them are. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of an invalid statement, though. I appreciate Jack Braxton being out here, but, I mean, Klay Thompson is not full of himself. You can think what you want about Steph because of his celebration antics. I get some people don't like that, but Klay Thompson is not full of himself. To be able to go out there and guard the best 3 players on the other team, sacrifice some of your offense, still score 16 a game, and be able to play that role on the team to win a championship, you can't be full of yourself to do that. Opinion on the David West fight in Texas. Well, first I want to say congratulations to David West. He was ring chasing and he got it. You know, a lot of players on this team like West, he got a championship. Pachulia got a championship. But the West fight, I like that because he's the veteran on this squad. He's the veteran on this squad, and he's the one who can bring some of that old school NBA, which, by the way, I'm getting ready to watch 30 for 30s Lakers Celtics. Oh, about to be so good. Hey, we have a lot more basketball. Like, let's not. I saw people on there saying, "No, I just want more basketball." And I'm like, you know what? Let's be honest here. 2 years ago, when the Spurs were going to close out the Heat in 5, in which they did, nobody was on Twitter saying, "I just want more basketball. Hope the Spurs don't win." No, it's just you didn't want Golden State to win. Okay. So I'm going to call you out there, those who said that on Twitter. Now, secondly, we have a lot more basketball upcoming. You got 30 for 30s. You got the Big 3 League. You got the Summer League. You got the draft, the NBA Award Show. I mean, how much more basketball do you want? There's going to be a lot more. There's YouTube. There's highlights. All this stuff. So much good stuff. But David West brought that old NBA kind of rugged element to the game. Thought it was crucial for tonight. Cavs tried to feed off that because they feed off, you know, fights and stuff like that. That's what they get their energy from. But anyway, man, I don't have much more to say. It was this man right here that won it. And it was so good to see him with his mom after the game and just, you know, their embrace and him able to get this done. He's accomplished so much in his career, and now getting that championship, he will forever be an NBA champion. And whatever you want to say about him, you can't debate rings. A ring is a ring. You cannot take it away from this man. Thank you, everybody, for listening to live streams throughout these finals. We're going to have more videos coming up soon. Actually, I'm actually going to start posting videos again, so you got to be ready for that. But the NBA Finals 2017 have concluded, and it has come to a consensus that the Warriors have won 129-120 in Game 5 and have secured the 2017 NBA Championship, their second title in 3 years. Kevin Durant, 35.6, 56% field goal, 47% three, has secured the MVP, and the Warriors play does the talking. They shut everybody up. The haters debate this. The Warriors are your champions. Kevin Durant is your MVP. Throughout criticism and whatever you want to say, they got the job done. One goal in mind, they finished it off. Congratulations to the Warriors. Props to the Cavaliers. LeBron James, all-time great. Kyrie Irving, Uncle Drew. Really like this player, man. He's going to be great in years to come. But this was the year for Kevin Durant to come in and close that deal. get that ring. He improves to 1-1 in the finals in his career. And if he keeps himself healthy and this team keeps itself healthy, a lot more finals to come. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in over the course of the 2017 NBA Finals. We'll be back with more videos soon. It has been a great ride here and a great 2016-17 NBA season. I'm looking forward to do it again next year and over the summer. A lot more videos because basketball never stops. Hope you enjoyed. That's going to do it on Topic Tackle JC3. Ow! Warriors!